The shell tool is used to hollow out objects such as this, and also to create thin-walled bodies and uniform thin-walled bodies. So for example, if I take a look at this blower here, we can see that the wall thickness about this entire body or design is uniform, and this was actually set to be 1 centimeter wall thickness. So similarly, this coffee mug example, another good example of how shell was used to hollow out this coffee mug design. And finally, shell is very, very useful in any plastics components design, such as this remote controller. You can see it has been shelled out on the opposite end, which would give me a nice uniform wall thickness. So let's take a look at creating some of these examples. Starting with my initial blower example here, the shell tool is very simple to use. Just go into Tools, find my shell tool, and then I can start just by selecting whichever faces I'd like to remove. So in this case it would be this face here as well as my bottom face of my blower. So I'd like to remove those two faces, and once I'm happy with my selections I can tap Next, and then set the thickness or wall thickness I'd like for the remainder of my design. In this case I'm going to throw in a 1 centimeter thickness. Tap the green check once I'm happy. And see, that's been applied, and you can make changes after the fact. So if you're happy with this, of course, you can tap Done, or you can change this value to maybe now 0.5 thickness. And you can see this automatically being kind of previewed here, and once we're happy with it, I can tap my Done checkmark. Very similarly, I have my mug design here. This was just created with a simple revolve, and now I'd like to hollow it out. So again, I go into Tools, Shell, select the face I'd like to remove, so this top face in this case, tap Next, and give it whatever thickness I may want. In this case, maybe 5 millimeters. Tap the green check, take a look, see if I'm happy with that. A little too thick for my liking, so I'll change the thickness to maybe 3 millimeters, 2 millimeters, whatever I may be happy with for my mug thickness here. And once I'm happy, tap the Done check to finish it off. Now we can see my mug is nice and hollowed out. So the shell command is also very, very useful for any plastics designs. As one of our manufacturing requirements for plastics designs, and to be a good injection mold component, is to do our best to maintain uniform wall thickness across our entire design. So we can do this by using the shell very easily. So in this example, I have this remote control that I've designed here, and what I'd like to do is probably just shell out the back, as we'd need some electronics and so on to go in our actual enclosure here. And so I can go into Tools, Shell, and select whichever faces I'd like to remove, in this case my back face here, and tap Next, and then set whatever wall thickness I may like. Standard wall thicknesses will change depending on your exact designs and manufacturing requirements. However, maybe something between 2 to 4 millimeters is commonly used in industry. And let's throw in maybe 2.5 millimeters and tap the green check. Let's take a look how that may look. Maybe you want to change it slightly depending on our designs. And again, these will be most likely manufacturing requirements, so your manufacturer should give you a good idea on what to set your specific wall thickness values as. And once happy with that, I just tap the Done check. And now you can see a nice shelled out component here. That should be able to now be easier manufactured by, say, injection molding this plastics design. In the next few lessons, we'll learn some more additional complex body design techniques.